So I just hit 300 subscribers on my niche fitness channel. This is the first YouTube channel that I've truly put effort into and started focusing on. I started 6 months ago. I just reached 300 subscribers. And I gotta say, this has been the hardest thing, much harder than I thought it would be. It wasn't hard technically, it was just hard mentally and emotionally to do this. And I wanted to share that experience and talk about that. I think the problem with something like reaching 300 subscribers is that all of the online language, all of the YouTube gurus, everybody out there talks in big numbers. So like 10,000, 100,000, a million subscribers, just numbers that are just like, to me, outlandish. They're just so big that reaching 300 subscribers felt, in the beginning when I started, it was like 300, I'll do 300, that's no problem. You know, talk to me when I'm at 10,000 subscribers, talk to me when I'm at 100,000 subscribers, then I'll pay attention. And that has not been the case. In fact, reaching 300 subscribers a couple of days ago was just like a silent victory. I've been elated by 300 subscribers. It sounds ridiculous, but that's how I feel. You know, I've been in business for 20 years plus. I'm an entrepreneur. I love businesses. I love running businesses. I've run a very successful business for 20 years. This journey has been, in some ways, much more difficult. And again, not difficult in a technical way. I was able to do all the technical things. It was difficult mentally. It was difficult emotionally. Just to be patient was hard. So things that I thought would be hard, like making thumbnails, improving your click-through rate, reading the analytics, making titles that convert, just, oh my goodness, just all these different things that I thought were going to be like, okay, once I get that down, it's going to be cake. It's going to be easy to do. No, what was difficult and what is difficult is just the uncertainty, like not knowing whether what I'm doing is actually working. And then waiting and then finding out that there is an inconclusive result. Like I don't sometimes know whether something's working or not, because sometimes it seems to work and sometimes it doesn't seem to work. And because I've only got 300 subscribers and I only get a certain amount of views, and I think my watch hours have just reached 1,000 watch hours on the channel, and my views something like 17,000, I think. These are like, to me, these are like big numbers, but they're not big enough numbers to really get real conclusive data. So that's the hard part, is just the uncertainty, not knowing whether what I'm doing is actually working, but knowing that deep down it must be working, because I keep getting some new subscribers every day. Some days I'll get 2, some days I'll get 4. I've had some days where it's close to 10. I think I had 9. I think I had 9 is my max on the channel, something like that, in a day. And those days I'm like, yeah, we're gonna take off, we're gonna just be amazing, this channel is gonna go crazy. And then like for a week I won't get more than 4 in a day. Some days I might just get 1, some days I might get 0. I've had days where I've had 0 subscribers and I'm just down in the dumps and I'm just so miserable about it. And that's been the hard part. Surprisingly, that has been the hard part. The part that I thought I'd have down, because I've run businesses, I've been successful. I was not ready. I was not prepared for that. And I just wanted to share this with you. I don't know if this is helpful to you guys, but you're probably in a similar boat. Maybe you have way more subscribers than I have on this channel, on that running channel, and fitness channel, and workout channel, but maybe you don't. Maybe you got less. But you're probably where I am, where you're just like in the building phase and you're thinking, this is really hard. I think that the building phase is right where I am right now. The building phase is the boring phase. And that is where you lay the groundwork for your business, for your channel. That's where I think I am, and that's where I think the hard work gets done. That's where I think that foundation work gets done. I think of a house that's being built. My dad built a house, not the whole house with his two hands, but he project managed and he built a lot of things in the house for sure. But I remember those initial days with the grading of the land, and I remember those initial days where they would lay the foundation, and then you'd have to wait a few weeks, and then you'd have the inspection happen, and then you'd have the lumber get delivered, but you had to wait so long for the lumber to get delivered, and then all of a sudden the lumber went up, and you're like, whoa, we have a structure right here. And then you're like, okay, well, that's terrible because that's just a bunch of wood. Like, when are we going to get the roof on there? And then all of a sudden the trusses went up, and you're like, oh wow, okay, now we can kind of see where this house could go. And every phase you're like, oh wow, that's great. And then the next day you're like, well, when are we going to see more? And that feels like the same thing with this channel. I'll get subscribers and I'm like, oh wow, I got some more subscribers. And then the next day I'm like, well, I want a day like yesterday and better. Like, if I got 6 subscribers yesterday, I want at least six subscribers today. And then if I get, views, I want to get at least those views the next day. And that doesn't happen. Like, sometimes you'll wait a week to get the same numbers and the same result. And that is frustrating. So I figured I would share this. That's why I created this channel, was just to document what it really takes to build a YouTube channel. Not the guru stuff, not the fluff, not the hype, not the salesy stuff. What does it really take to build a YouTube channel? And just share those experiences. And I hope that it helps. I hope that is something useful, because just for me, I'm going to look back at these videos and reflect on them and just reminisce about where I was and the journey. And hopefully, when I share videos, there'll be victories that I can share. I can't wait for monetization. To me, that is just such a milestone. By design, YouTube does that, I'm sure. It's like, oh, let's set this carrot in front of people so that they chase after it. And then when they get there, it's like, well, it'll probably be the same thing. Get to monetization and you're like, okay, now what? But I'm going to share all that. So hopefully that is helpful, and hopefully that is meaningful to you guys. So I'll keep posting these videos. Hopefully they add value. As I'm sure if you're watching this, you're a YouTube creator, you're a YouTube content creator, and you're interested in this stuff, or you're thinking about becoming a YouTube content creator. I'm going to do my best to share information and keep it real with you guys. And hopefully this journey is a successful one. So I'll see you in the next video, and let's do this.